Good evening, boys and girls, and we bring you the enjoyment that is, of course, the Sunday night line battle. We are in with our hosts, the 33rd, and this is their line battle now, obviously, slightly different from some line battles. Doesn't appear to be any cavalry, it's infantry only, and there's no artillery. So, Van Holstein from the 33rd leading his section away. Over on this side is probably Leonidas, yes, leading the 33rd line away. Goodness me, look at that line of 33rd, that's extremely long. And so, as we move in on the other line here, let's see, there's Van Holstein, yep. So the 33rd moving out. We've also got various other sides in here as well. So the likes of the 7th and 5th. Yeah, there you go, the 5th FKI. So, oh dear, someone just got demoted. Anyway, so on the sides, United Kingdom, we have the 25th, the 33rd, the 5th FKI, and various others. And on the opposing side, we have the 1PS, the 1st Guard, Vilhay Tertio, Albert Tertio maybe? Tertios. Spartans. Lots of 1TE Guard in here. And 7PG as well. So you can see, and the 48th and 47th and the 78th. So you can see now the lines all getting set up. The 33rd with Gurkha in there as well. These guys all lining up ready to attack, do their thing. And we shall watch them as the fine members of the Black Watch, under the command of Mr. Stefan, who nearly got shot. And there's Adam Ulster at the far end. So you can see, these guys are engaging at pretty long distance already. Never know if you're going to get a lucky shot in there. You never know if anything's going to happen that's going to take down a few members. Obviously, there's no cannonballs to worry about, so you can stand in your lines and do your thing, so to speak. So, there's Colonel Ian McGregor from the 78th, with his aide-de-camp, Tyrion PK. And there, of course, is his line of troops. Look at these fine fellows. George Smollett on the end. So these guys returning fire. And will fly over to the other side, through the middle here of the Russian lines. And look over to here. A few AFKers, like Atavez. And here is the 1PS. And there, of course, Capitan Woodzu UK. And they're doing his thing. And here are the Tertio. Look at these fellas, don't they look fantastic? Under the command of Pipo. Now, unfortunately, Awesome has lost his line. And you can see this line over here. Oh, there we go. Nice kill into Private O'Connor. Dragon Polish in there from the 7PG. And now we follow as the Russian lines move up on the left flank. Fire coming in from the fine Spartans. Strategos Titan in there as well. Looking very dapper. And I did see somebody sneaking around over here on the far corner. What's this? This is a high selection, a large selection. The 47th with Reginald Schneider. So a good collection of men there. Followed in by the 1TE Guard 5B. So that's a pretty good... Oh, whoops-a-daisy. It looks like a little bit of a team kill there. Oh no! A random guy from Norway has died. Ernie the Milkman killed him. So these guys over here, the 1TE Guard, as you can see. These guys firing back at the enemy. And you can see, this is pretty much long distance shooting. It's pretty much what always happens in these kind of battles. Now, obviously in here, you're going to have the Brits. Now, those Brits will be shooting back at probably the Russians over there. So there you go, the 5th FKI. Oh! Minimus catches a bullet there. Long distance shot from Chief. Very good indeed, as Leonidas leads the 33rd in to go up close and personal, as more sections of the 33rd also move back to work and support. And there we have it. The two-dimensional bird smiles upon the battle. As you can see, the fire, the musket ball is hitting a little low, some of them. See little puffs of smoke where they're landing. It's about finding the range on this particular thing. Unfortunately, somebody found the range to recruit Rupert and shot him. So, not going well for Mr. Rupert. But Eddard Stark from the 33rd managed to find Tercio, Cazador and Albert. And so a few of those, the Tercio team have lost a few of their numbers. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, over here on the left-hand side, there's the 25th. So they're moving out, and now the 33rd also moving out to the right flank. You see a few of the numbers have been taken down. Skiggs unfortunately catching a bullet, as you can see. We just fly over his corpse. And we are now moving to watch the 33rd moving in closer. Being led in closer by Van Holstein. And it looks like they may have broken into a charge. Yep, there we go. They've broken into a charge, so the melee is about to occur. You've got a bunch of Brits, I believe. Yep, the Black Watch moving over on the far right-hand side with Mr. Stefan for a possible outflanking manoeuvre. And the 33rd charging in. Now, will the Russians turn and fight? Will they try and get a line up as quickly as possible? It looks like they may attempt it. No, they've decided to charge in and go melee for win. So here we go. The fire comes in from the line supporting them behind them. The Russians and the Brits now tangling with bayonet fun all over the place as more Black Watch Brits come charging up as Recruit Sharp killing 2 members of Spartans. And then they're returning stabby goodness. Oh, look at this. This is Sharp on fire as well. Look at that. Recruit Sharp, 3 kills, no deaths. And you've got, let's see who's over here. Van Halstein doing his best to try and defend himself from the attacks of the Spartans. And unfortunately he was unsuccessful. Titan, Strategos Titan taking him down. And the last members of the Russian defences have been killed. Possibly one left over here. Correction, not anymore. So, Kratos is taken down. And now it looks like this poor sod is left standing. There's Titan. He gets taken down from the Spartan team. So that is effectively the entire Spartan team down. Let's just double check that. Yeah, it does appear to be that way, I think. So let's look at the numbers. 63-57. So currently Russia still has the advantage. However, you'll notice that the Brits, there were some Brits remaining in the centre to kind of keep their attention, while the 33rd lines, their individual sections, oh dear, that was an AFKer, are now circling in behind them. So let's see. As we now follow in behind the Russians. Shivaki in for the 7PG. They're looking to return fire. Waiting for them to pick their moment. There we go. Fire coming in. Unfortunately, they didn't have the right range. But this is where the Russians are at the moment. Doing their best to defend against the onslaught of the Brits. Tiny Tim gets taken down. Didn't have to worry about any illness there. Tiny Tim is no more. And so the 78th, Bronek, Travis, Zewut, and there's Ernie the Milkman. So these guys, you can see now in the process of trying to engage the large numbers of Brits that are essentially circling around behind them. Now, what that means then is that once they get some kind of circling manoeuvre, it could be that we end up the whole map just going round and round and round, and in which case we'll get dizzy and we'll all throw up on our monitors, which will be an extremely enjoyable experience for everybody. This is YouTube after all. We are about shared experiences. However, yes, vomit on keyboards and monitors is probably not one that you'd actually go for. But I'm sure you'll find a video on YouTube of it. So, oh, the Tercio moving out. The 1 PS remaining in place. We move up closer to the English forces. A massive line that is the 33rd. Look at this. Huge amounts of line going on. Colonel Leonidas leading the 33rd. Gurkha also in with the 33rd. And here's the 5th FKI being led by Dennis JK. So, those guys sorting themselves out. Let's see what's going on over here. More Russians taking pot shots at them. Oh dear. Recruit Awesome Norway guy just got murdered by Leonidas. A little bit of impromptu battlefield justice meted out in the desert. Very unfortunate. So you can see now the opposing team firing over the top of these guys. This guy's very brave to be standing right in the middle of open ground. Oh, takes a few shots. And now you can see the Tercio team taking more damage. There's Leonidas, there's Tywin Lannister. Oh. Let's see. Did they lose? Yeah, that was there's Jackie Joe. And let's have a look, because the numbers are pretty equal across the board at the moment. Now, from that point of view, it makes things a little bit more straightforward. So you can see 46 to 45. So the numbers are not in anyone's favour. However, I would say that the Brits are playing a lot more aggressively, as you can see. Now the Russians, the likes of the 47th, are getting into a battle with the 33rd, including Potato Chan and Mr. Stefan. So everyone likes to watch Mr. Stefan snuff it, so we'll follow him for a short while. Find out how long it takes him to... Oh, goodness me. Goodness me! Stefan actually hit somebody with a bayonet. Whatever next. Brace yourself, boys and girls, because the universe is about to collapse because of the paradox that generates. Oh, look, he killed someone. Nicely done, Stefan. So, we move over to see another section of the line. This is Leonidas leading the main 33rd line. Let's see if we can find remaining Russians. The 78th, led by Tyrone PK. Also supported by the 1 PS. And Tercio in there as well. So they've had to jump on the back of that line. So they'll be sorting themselves out in a line soon. As we've now got this long line of the 47th making their way over. They're going to be trying to push against the sheer firepower of the 33rd and friends. It's going to get pretty brutal, I have to say. Now, whether or not they decide to go in for a melee combat or whether or not they decide to go in for a bit of bullety fun, we'll have to wait and see. So, we continue to wait. And there we go. The charge has been given. Oh, look at that. They turned and fired. Oh, that was nasty. Oh, that was very nasty indeed. As oh, and there is Obelix. Obelix taking down Corporal Goodwin. Great name, Obelix. One of my favourite cartoons as a kid. Good old Asterix and Obelix. Oh dear. And Stefan being stabbed as well. So let's see. Oh, another member there being taken down. Who is this going mad in the middle? Corporal Punishment from the 78th. Let's see. And he's just been punished. And they have won another round. And we are on... Oh no, they've won the first round. Duh. And we're on to round 2. We'll be right back. And so we return with the second round. And these guys move out quick. There's Baldwin Roos. And the fire has begun. Who's that fine flag holder? Mortem. Oh, look at that. Baston taken down. And Lieutenant Colonel Gurkha, long distance. Is the 33rd. Also, with another section over here, the FKI. Who's that drummer? FNR Shadow. Much love for the drummers and musicians in this game. They don't get enough love. So, let's see. So, next round, what they're going to do is they're going to change it up a little bit. 1 TE Guard's going to go UK, 25th to Russia. Just to give the numbers just a little bit, because it's 86 versus 107, so. So, let's see. Look at that long distance there. How much distance there is. Goodness me. Van Halstein in. Waiting for orders. Moving out. Obelix taken down. Skiggy also following in behind the 33rd. They're moving down, so you can see the puffs of smoke on the far horizon. No doubt created by these fellows. The fine fellows of the 7PG. Supported by the 1PS. And there, of course, Woodsy UK. Capitan. And look at that. Eddard Stark again. Nice long distance shot. He's finding those shots today. Looking pretty good. And we're now looking to see what happens as Albert Tercio appears to run out of puff. As fire is coming in from the 33rd now. Let's see what's going on. As you've got the Russians moving up pretty hard. Up here on the left flank. Now it could be that they're going to box in these Brits. Let's see. Yeah, there's quite a substantial number of Brits over here. They could end up being boxed in. Van Halstein. And over on the far side, Mr. Stefan. There we go. The Russians are going in. Oh, it's a massacre. Are they going to turn and fight? Some of the Black Watch are turning to fight. So you can see them now getting into a little bit of a battle. Unfortunately for them, there are more Russians just turning over the edge here. Taking shots, firing massive amounts of shots into the enemy. A few team kills always happens. Poor old Recruit the Beast. And Dawn Tercio being taken down by Cazador. So, oh my goodness, there's a bloody pirate. Oh my goodness, that's... Oh, isn't love sweet? Look at that. Oh. So, now, the problem is for these guys, is these guys. Mr. Stefan, getting his line ready. Oh dear. So, we're just waiting to see what happens. Just waiting for myself to get kicked. As look at that, the 1PS coming in and doing a number on the 33rd. Fantastic play there by the 1PS. They timed that to perfection. And now, along with the 47th, they're going in to finish off as many of the 33rd as possible. So it looks like, there we go, Potato Chan holding on to the flag right in the middle of the battle. Oh, look at that, a little bit of a team kill right as we go past the camera. Oh, the drummer defending himself. Go Shadow, defend. Defend your drumming skills. Drum the buggers to death. Oh, and a team kill as well. Always the same. Always the same thing on this game. Always love this game. So, they do apologise for that, which is great. Now, the trouble is, more Russians from Spartans. In they come. Clearing up what is left of the 33rd. Recruit spoons. Here's Alex from Norway. Just about to take on 5 men. Jumps right through the middle of loads of bayonets. Going after the commander. But gets taken down. Strategos Titan taking him down. And let's see, numbers wise. 26. 2 Brits remaining. This is one of them. Uzaro. See if we can force a team kill. Oh, nice kill. And now 1 man remains. It is Kamin. And there's the beacon. And he gets slayed as he was obviously AFK. So we move on to the next round. That was pretty quick. As you can see, the next one is underway. We're into the next round. The guy's looking around for the enemy. Van Holstein. Would have thought he did have his eye prepared by now or whatever. Put a ball in there, a wooden one. I don't know. So here are all the Brits moving out of their spawn area. Doing a little bit of rule testing. You know, testing their drills for firing. And there's FNR Shadow, of course. So now, out of the back of the spawn, you have troops moving to the left. Troops moving to the right. So, oh, look at that. A shot into Recruit Wolford from the 78th, I should say. See if we can lock in on the 78th, find out what they're up to. Where are they? They've got to be here somewhere. So where's the way? There they are. Oh, mass murderer. Unfortunately. Now, what are they going to do? This is the group that they went after. Colonel Leonidas pauses. They line up. They get ready to fire on the Russians. The Russians, don't tell me, if they don't hit a single Russian, Leonidas is going to be so pissed. Oh, they missed everybody. And then they finally got in there. And the 78th cut down the 33rd. So, I think, whoops-a-daisy. Armel there with a slight technical problem on Eddard Stark. And so, yeah, I don't think Leonidas is going to be too pleased about that. But we'll have to wait and see how everything goes. Colonel Ian McGregor just got team killed by one of his privates. Oh dear, he got stabbed in the privates, quite literally. And we're now looking at yet more Brits moving up on the left-hand side in an outflanking manoeuvre on the Russians in the centre. However, the Russians are moving up over the far left-hand side. You can see over their left-hand side the likes of the 1PS and the fine fellows here from the 25th. And there's Pipo Tercio. Nice fire coming in, and here of course are the Spartans. So it looks like another mass melee going on. Who's that in there? There's Van Holstein trying to defend himself. I got a lot of rampaging Russians. Difficult thing to do. Oh, the good thing about that is that sword can move pretty quickly. But unfortunately not quick enough sometimes. So there we go. Tercio taking down Van Holstein. And now the Russians look to be moving back. Let's see if we can get an idea of what's going on from up on high. The total battle cam, I suppose you could call it. So you can see the troops now moving around doing their thing. The 33rd line now moving in and should be engaging the Russians very quickly. Fire coming in from the 33rd. Look at that. good fuselage from the 33rd, taking down some of the 1PS, the LN, the 7PG, the 47th as well. So they've lost a few of their number. And down goes Potato Chan. And Cadet Damien also from the 7PG gets taken out. So this is a pretty stand-up fight going on. You've also got Brits over on the far left-hand side as well. So, what happens next, we ask ourselves? Well, what happens is the Spartans get involved. And these guys charge in against the likes of the 1T guard here, Latinkon, and the flag holder. Look at this guy. Master Cat trying to defend his colours. Look at this. Oh, he's trying to block it. Oh, look at that. Saved by his teammate. Saved by his teammate. Who is that teammate? That's Bronco. Oh no, the colourman. The colourman's been ambushed. Oh dear. And the colours have been stolen. Yeah, the colours have been stolen. Can Bronco get the colours back? Sadly, he unable to. And the Art of Killing walks off with the British colours. Now, last man standing. Latinkon against a crap load of Russians. Goes in for a quick slice. Gets a kill. Onto Kronos. And then is taken down by Astrios. So, numbers 36-32. Still pretty even. Although being cut down in numbers by the second. We're still seeing bayonet fun occurring out there. Hello, bird. And you can see here Cadet Spiku from Poland. And there's Sitant as well in from the 33rd. So these guys obviously taking pot shots at the Tercio team. The regiment over here, they've taken a few casualties. They've got a bit of a split line, so there's Tercio. And then the other line is the 47th, or what remains of the 47th on the right here. Manuel Hatzberg and friends. Oh dear, that looks like a very painful position. Oh no, Pipo Tercio just got taken out. Commanding officer for the Tercio is no more. Those guys will probably have to join up into a single line. And now it looks like he's maybe joining into the back of that line. I don't know. So the Tercio now have to join the back of this line because they're going to be less than 5. And there is Reginald Schneider leading out. Yes, they took your flag. Oh, Spiku taken down long distance by Kubi. Yes, they did take their flag and you're going to have to get it back. So as you can see, the British colours being held. Okay. So, now, will the Brits be able to retain or retrieve their colours? Oh, look at that! Long distance from Wahim Kichai. Fantastic shot. Long distance shot there. Very, very good indeed. So you can now see another small line of regiment of Russians moving over the left. You now have a lone Russian who has chosen this moment to go AFK and now sees a load of people chasing him, which could turn out to be unfortunate. So there's Alex from Norway dodging left and right. Mr. Spoons, of course. Oh, Mr. Spoons takes down Kijai. Recent excellent headshot killer. And let's see what's going on. Lance Corporal Kubi up against a couple of Russians. Probsk and an El Kondo. Wow. El Kondo just dived under his bayonet and stabbed him in the gizzards very quickly. And there's Plonzar being taken down by Recruit Spoons. So Spoons on a roll there. Let's see. Oh dear. Let's see. And Recruit Spoons finally gets taken down. So here's Probsk against Alex from Norway. And a nice stab to the face. So now moving up onto the hill to try and deal with the additional numbers of Russians. The art of killing. There's Helios from Spartan. Oh, stab. Stab again. The art of killing, unfortunately, didn't learn the art of avoiding bayonets. But never mind, these are things that will come in time. And we are now watching Hector being taken out, unfortunately. So let's find out. Here is a massive line of the 33rd. And now they're moving forward to try and engage these guys here, the Russians. Captain Reginald Schneider, along with the Tercio guys in tow. And there is the 7PG with Wilkie Bialy Lauka. And, oh, nasty. Let's see what's going on as we watch Wilkie deal with one of the enemy commanders. That's Stefan. Oh, and he stabs Stefan in the head. Only then to die shortly after. Never mind. Colonel Leonidas moving up with what remains of the 33rd to support the team. 7 versus 5. Now 6 versus 5. This is it. This is it. This is game point, so to speak, boys and girls. Oh, Zayas have managed to not avoid. Oh, and Tercio taken down by Recruit Bob. That's taken 2 of them down. And now it's looking like 2 Russians remaining. Oh, nice stab by Tercio. Sakan from Tercio there going in. You can see he's doing a fantastic job. And now all the Brits, except for 2. There we go. It's 1 Brit. Oh, this is it, boys and girls. This is it to win the round. To win the round. 1v1. Let's see what's going on. It's Frandul. Oh, Frandul kills Recruit Bob. Oh, fantastic. Well played to Tercio. And let's see. Here is Itu, who seems to have got out of position quite substantially. So, I thought it was actually the last men standing, but it wasn't. But that's no less of an accomplishment. So let's see. So here is Ito. This is it. Ito versus Frandul. Tercio. Now Frandul has already proved his ability. Now, oh, look at this. Bit of all charge. Yeah, just charge. Don't bother reloading. Oh, he's going to wait. He's going to shoot. He's going to shoot. No, he's going to charge. Yeah, they're going to have to charge. Oh, look at this. Here we go. This is it to decide the map. Or to decide this round. Oh, quick stab into the Brit. Another stab into the Brit. And the Russian is successful. Frandul. Successful. And a 2-1 advantage in rounds to the Russians. And we're going to a map change. And so, after a map change to this map, which is quite Rolling Hill-like. Oh, bit of a graphic glitch there. And all sorts of funky things like that. So, the Brits making their way out. Let's see if we can lock in Tiny Tim from the 33rd. Look at that massive line of 33rd. Wow. That's just mad. Leonidas leading one section. Mr. Stefan leading another. And Recruit Spoons in the middle. Oh my goodness, 3 lines. That's ridiculous. Van Halstein leading the 3rd line. That's almost an entire bloody army. What's going on? So, Let's follow and watch what they decide to do. Because you can see Russians now spreading out left and right on the hill directly above them. This triple line of 33rd. One line going to the left now, as you can see, as is their left, so to speak. Camera right. And you can now see these guys here. 33rd moving up. Oh, this is going to get nasty. Yeah, that's always going to happen. Always going to happen. Oh dear. And who's tail end Charlie at the rear here? There's Woodzu UK. Oh, Thor been taken down already. So there's the 1 PS in. So they've had a move around the people. And lots of big circling going on here. And Recruit Bob taken down by the 47th. There's General Brudner. And in comes the 33rd. Oh, this is going to be nasty. It looks like now the 47th and the Spartans have had to cheese it in the opposite directions. They've come under suppressive fire. Massive amounts of fire. The entire 33rd Army has just come rolling over the hill into the Russians. And the Russians now have to back off. There's Siecha in from the 7PG. Going to take pot shots. There we go. Tywin Lannister taken down. Emo Rocker, Deathy, Uzaru as well. Multiple fire coming in and just unfortunately missing the last few ones. So you can see a few members of the 33rd taken down. As you can now see the 33rd taking down with that lovely fusillade the 78th. Which will be these fellows. And they are now being attacked by the Brits. Leonidas gets taken down by the 78. Starscream also shot. Recruit Pieter. You can now look at Void Run. Recruit Void Run. Ginger Ninja. Oh, look at that. Lovely stuff. And now you've got Ernie the Milkman. When he's not delivering milk, he's in there in the battlefield. And now the 78th and the Spartans having a battle. You can see this poor sod over here. Colonel Ian McGregor from the 78th doing his best to defend himself, but got taken roughly from behind. These things happen. Another member of the Russian. Oh, nasty, nasty stuff into poor old Recruit Void Run. Militiaman shot him close range. And now you have yet more of the 33rd. There's 1 PS wheel being taken down. Let's see what's going on here. There's Marcelet. There we go. So I think Van Hoge has just been annihilated. Let's look at number 6456. These brave soldiers, the 47th, standing on a hill trying to engage the 33rd. They're not running. Oh, look at this. Looks like a sneaky roundabout maneuver from the Russians. So, looks like the Russians now moving over to the left-hand side. You can see over here. Trying to engage the enemy. You've got another bunch over here. The Spartans, no less. Pegasus, unfortunately, catching a bullet. Hermes also catching a bullet from the 33rd. As these guys over here, the Black Watch fellows, led, of course, by Mr. Stefan. So, the 7PG working together. They will need to do something about that bunch of Brits that are sneaking around behind them. Unfortunately, these guys here, Van Halstein, moving in. Looks like they're going for a little bit of a melee battle. Oh, Van Halstein taken down by Dionysus. Very nasty. And now the 33rd are battling with the Russians. The Spartans showing their mettle. At the same time over here, you've got Tercio team as well in there trying to deal with more of the 33rd. There's Athena in there as well. Now the trouble is for them, is these guys. More of the 33rd coming over the hill. Oh, and not so many of them now as the 25th. Oh, commentator can and curse strikes again. So look at that. Decker's going clutch, taking down multiple Tercio, and 33rd taking down multiple members of the 25th. So you can now see fire coming in from these guys. Good drilling going on here from the Spartans. Strategos Titan keeping his men under control. And the attack there by the 33rd, pretty intense. But they've had to now move back, as they've lost too many of their number. There's Mr. Stefan. And up on the hill there's obviously Rupert. And these standard guys here, the 1TE guard. With the Joker in there as well. Bagpiper. The brave Bagpiper Mortem. Standing up there defiantly. Bagpiping. For all he's worth. This is great to see. Offensive bagpipery. We approve wholeheartedly. So, let's watch. Here's the 33rd. Oh! Musician Logie taking down. And here are yet more of the Russians moving in. But also Russians covering them from the hill up the side. Let's see what's going on. There you go, it's the 7PG. Here we go, boys and girls. The 7PG going to come under a little bit of attack. Oh, there we go. Poor old Patero taken down. And you can see now they're charging in to see what they can do. A little bit of melee goodness. And you can see them now. Stabby goodness left, right and centre. The 1TE guard being taken down multiple numbers by the 7PG. Look at this. The 7PG literally brutalised the 1TE there. And there's Wooty from the 7PG. Oh, they're going after the bagpiper. Mortem. No! Cracks just shot Mortem in the back. Unlicensed bagpipery is not permitted on the battlefield. Poor bagpiper. So as you can see, the 33rd up here. Mr. Stefan finally taken down. Multiple stabs by the art of killing. You see, he got the art that right that time. Let's see if we can continue with... see if we can continue with the art of staying alive. So, Der Boywood taken down with a rush shot. There's Manuel Habsburg. Now, who's this? Who's these fellows? Plonzar from the 1PS. Oh, who's that? Toro going in and then getting taken down. So, these guys doing their best to defend. El Condo. And there's Raccoon Pie. Oh no. He just got sliced. Raccoon Pie is no more. So, let's see. Where is the Brit? He's been slain. And another win on the board for Russia. We move on to the next round. And so this is all remains of the English spawn, as they're all running off in this direction. So let's follow these fine fellows. Woodzu UK and other members of the Black Watch. Brudner Reba. And another line of red jackets. The old lobster backs on their way out. From what I remember from history, I think red was the cheapest dye available. So hence the reason why they stained all the jackets in red. So I could be wrong. That's an upright Mr. Stefan. That won't last long. So he's now leading his... There we go, he turns about. So, let's see. Recruit Luke taken... Or Recruit Jake taken down very quickly. As we're looking at Van Halstein moving in with his line. Mass Murderer, Recruit of the 78th at the rear. Look at this. Lovely line of the 78th. Fantastic shot. Into Jake there as well. So there's George Smollett. He's ready to rock and roll. And will be shooting up a storm sea. So, let's see. Aha, drummer. Mortem again. And there's this old Siswell Penguin from the 1PS. Got to make sure he doesn't shoot through into UK's head. That would be a tad unfortunate. They're now taking pot shots at those Russians that are making a run across the edges of the hill. As we fly up the bird's butt. There we go. And here is Manuel Habsburg, who seems to be out of position on his line at the moment. And here is the Spartans. So, poor old 47th Manuel Habsburg seems to have lost his line. So you can see poor old Necro being taken down there from the 1T guard. Now, this could be the 47th. Yes, it is. So this is where he's looking to catch up on. These fine fellows from the 47th and the 78th. It's Reginald Schneider. So, I just love this game, just the way that you can think about the fact that behind every single one of these characters is a person sitting on his computer and playing. Just absolutely fantastic. And it's all being done with comms. There's voice comms in various different languages. Could be English, could be Dutch, could be German, French, you name it. And they're all doing their own thing. And all working as a team. It's fantastic to watch. Needless to say, it's obviously taken a big stick to get them to work together as a team. There's Dave the Brave, with a relatively normal face for this game. Sherlock Cat, of course. Connor. De Bear. And so, yet more Russians, following more Russians, following more Russians. And this could take a while, so let's go up high. See if we can give you an idea of what's going on exactly. From the point of view, top down on the battlefield. So, let's see, you can see a big blob of the Russians moving here with another section of the Brits moving round to the right. So you've got those guys engaging them, the other two lines moving round to the right. Try and outflank them if possible, but there is obviously that hill that is going to stop them. So you can see over in the far side as well. There we go, the Russians now pulling back out of the way, complete with offensive bagpipery in the background there. So you can see them all doing their thing. So a large blob of a combo of Russians, 75, 79. And now the thing is, you can see the Russians are moving that way. Now the problem is, because of sheer weight of numbers, means that if you go and try and take on these guys, you might get taken out. So the Brits are doing what they can by trying to stay together. Maximise their firepower into the Russians. Now over here, you have the Russians and the Brits. There we go. Tercio being taken down. Oh, Draken gets killed by a recruit. Oh dear. Whoops-a-daisy. So, these things happen. Now, let's see what happens on the two hills. You've now got exactly what I would expect. Russians trying to move around on the flank. Only being guarded by this man. Who, as you can see, his alertness to what's going on around him is without comparison. This man is a tiger. He is at one with everything that occurs. Nothing gets past this man. So, we look over to a section of the Russians. The 78th, George Smollett. Now, he's been here around here before. I think he's almost done like a circle there and a circle back again. So, let's see what happens now. You've got a nice little line of Russians moving up even closer. Oh, poor old Dave the Brave gets taken down. Oh! See a few of the members there of the 25th being damaged. This is the 47th. Firing, taking down Makim Kichai. How is this guy still alive? How is that possible? Oh dear. Does make you wonder, doesn't it, how they've not shot him yet, even with his own team. So, there's also one guy over here for some reason. Eddard Stark. Having a little bit of a lag issue maybe, I don't know, connection problem. Tyrone PKE is taken down from the 78th. And we're now looking at Communist Potato. Great name, by the way. Followed in behind with Mr. Stefan. So there we go. Those guys have now moved out of position. These guys are trying to move into an outflanking position, getting themselves into a line pretty quickly. There we go. Looks like one of the commanders took a bullet. And he is... Oh, George Smollett taken down by ribs. And it looks like this was a good ambush here by the members of the 33rd. Sex Whale? Really? Tokyo Sex Whale. Okay. I'm not even going to ask where that name came. Probably a very memorable holiday. And an extremely large brothel. So, recruit Rupert sneaking in behind the Russians. You've also got these guys up on the far hill, supporting them also from the 33rd. So, a little bit of cross-regiment support there. Or inter-regiment support, I should say. There we go. Oh, nice stab. And there is the members of the 25th being taken down. One of them... Who is this man being told? De Bear being told to come back. Come back. They only want to say hello. Leave me alone. They only want to say hello. And they've got hello written on their bayonet. Which is, you know, just fair. It's just politeness. So this could go on for a while. With Deckers running after him. Fight, you bastard. And of course, the one and only Sex Whale. Oh, there we go. He turns to fight. And it looks like the battle's on between Deckers and his opponent. And he takes down De Bear. So Deckers there with a fine kill. And so... we look to see how many people remain. 7 and 40. So there are 7 remaining Ruskies. So, let's see. They won't be remaining for very long if these guys have anything to say about it. Let's see who's in there. There's Grenadier Luca. Gotta be careful not to team kill his own friend. So Tiny Tim gets taken down and the Russians are doing a good job. Oh no, oh Luca is in trouble. He's defending himself as best he can. Look at that. So these two guys and his friends, Sitcher and Damien 15, now coming under massive... Oh, team killed, no! Damien 15 team killed. And there you have it, along with a mass team kill. There we go, boys and girls. That has been the battle. And I do believe that was 3-2 in favour of Russia. Maybe? I don't know. Yeah, 3-2. So, it looks like it's going to be melee only. So, we'll follow some of this. And so we follow in the melee only round, along with a little bit of team killing in the background. So as you can see, a mass charge. That's some scary bunches. And we're now looking at a huge amount of Russians pouring over the hills. Oh, bagpipe accompaniment. Look at that. Nice kill. I see your interdeckers. So, this is to celebrate the end of the game. So, we hope you've enjoyed yourself, boys and girls. Thank you for watching. And we shall see you again next time.